Hey there, my name is Kelly Dale with Off the Beaded Path. Today we are going to continue to build on our three-dimensional peyote stitch series, and I'm going to teach you how to make the pointed oval. Now there is a definite trick to these ovals to get them to looking right, because if you don't do it right, they look very, very bad, very sad. So another really, really great thing about these pointed ovals is, just like the last ones in our series, they take very few beads. So all I'm going to be using, just like the last couple of projects, is 2 colors of a size 11 Delica. Now this is not going to use a 15 like the circle did, just Delicas. And I'm using 2 colors on this one. I'm going to be using a lavender for what I'm going to call my color A, which is my points. And I'm going to be using an opaque chartreuse, which is going to be my color B, which is going to be the most color that you're going to see basically in the piece. It's going to take 1 yard to do your project with a needle on one end. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my A and my B. To start out, I'm going to thread on 1A, 19B, then 4A, 19B, and then 3A. Okay, so again, we had 1A, 19B, 4A, 19B, and 3 A's. Now you'll want to go through and double check your counts and make sure you have 19 of your B's in each section. Now one thing that's kind of important to note when you're making these pointed ovals, as well as any of the other shapes that we've learned, is that you can make these bigger or smaller depending on how many B beads that you put on. For mine, I made one originally that had 35 B beads because you always want to keep the B's at the odd number. Okay, the ones you're going to see the most of need to be the odd number. But I did 35 on one, and it came out like this big. It was a huge one. So that's why I decided to drop it down to 19. 19 come out to a perfect length for me that I wanted. That was kind of, it's just a little bit bigger than the triangle that we had made. And, here is the circle compared to it. So there's a little bit of difference in it, but that's what I wanted. So you can make this smaller or bigger depending upon how many beads you put on. And like I said, they need to be odd number of beads. Okay, so that is just a little quickie that you need to know about. So I've double counted, made sure that I had the correct counts, and I'm going to go ahead and tie these into a circle. Now, if you want to go back through all of the beads, you can, but I'm just going to loosely tie these into a circle. You have to be careful. You don't want this to be super duper tight. If you get these beads very, very, very tight, it's going to be hard to kind of get through some of them once you get around, and your piece is going to be very stiff. Another important thing that you need to know about this project is you want to use a, like a loose, like a medium, I guess I would say, tension. You don't want this to be super tight. So my knot right now is right in between. Oh, let's see. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's right in between the first 2 A's that I have there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to come right up through the A right next to the knot. This is going towards the other A's that I've got. Pick up 2 A's and go down through 1A. Okay, so I'm going down through the very next A. This is going to start the corner of my pointed oval. So I'm just putting that bead on and pulling it down, just like that. Pick up a B, skip an A, and go through the B. I'm going to turn this upward here because it's a little bit easier for me to work that way. And you want to make sure that when you pull that the bead that you just added goes to the outside. Okay, you don't want it to go to the inside. Pick up a B, skip a B, go through a B. Pick up a B, skip a B, go through a B. And you're going to do this on this side until you get down to your A beads. Okay, so just keep going, picking up one B, skipping a B, and going through the next B. So I've gotten down to the A's here at the bottom, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this little tail thread. And I'm going to use my little, this is the regular thread zapper by the Beadsmith Company. And I'm just, or the Ultra, I think this is the Ultra Thread Zap. I don't remember. It's a little zapper, that's all that matters. Alright, so got that out of my way and I don't have to worry about it. Pick up one B, skip an A, and then go through the next A. Okay, so that first A is just basically part of our peyote stitch. Now, pick up two A's, go down through the very next A. Okay, so I'm not skipping anything here at my point. And oh my goodness, this thread is getting caught on everything today. And again, I'm going to turn it just because I like to work upwards. So your beads are going to sit kind of catty-cornered to each other, and that's exactly what you want them to do. Now I'm going to pick up a B, skip the A, and go through the B. Pick up a B, skip a B, go through a B. And I'm going to continue working down until I reach the A's. I have stitched back around on this side to where I'm coming out right at the A's. And right now you can see it sort of looks like a hot mess. There's not a whole lot going on there. But don't worry, because we're going to take care of that. And we're going to make it look good. So I'm going to pick up my B. I'm coming out of a B. I'm going to skip one A. And then I'm going to go through the next A, which is going to be this bead right here. But I'm going to go ahead and step up at the same time. So to do this, I'm just going to go through the top two A's of that stack. So I'm coming out of a B. I'm going to skip an A and go through an A. Okay, so that'll get me to the end of the row. And then I'm going to step up by going through that top A. So now what that does is that puts my bead where I need it to, and it gets me to step up. Now, as you can see, this right here doesn't look right yet, but I promise you it's going to. It doesn't look like this, but it will look like it before you finish. So now you pick up 2A, go down through the very next A, okay, so the one right next to it. And depending upon how you hold it, it could be going up through it. Basically, the whole point is you're just going through the A. Now you are going to pick up a B and go through the first B you've got sticking up there. Pick up a B, go through the next B sticking up. And I'm just going to continue picking up the B's and going through a B until I get here to this last B. I've gone down the side here and I'm back up to the top where I'm coming out of a B. I'm going to pick up a B, and I'm going to go through the A. Now I'll pick up 2A and go through the A right next to where my thread's coming out. So I'm going through that bead right there. Now I'm going to turn this so that I can work going in the upward direction. And I'm going to pull it so that it pops in the way it should. And I'm going to pick up a B, go through the B sticking up. Pick up a B, go through the B sticking up. And I'm going to continue doing that until I'm coming out of the B here at the very top of my oval. So I've worked my way to the top, and now you can see I came out of the B here. So I'm going to pick up a B, and now on the other end, you know, I skipped the A and I would go through the A. Remember, I've got 2 beads up here because this is where my step up is. So I'm going to skip an A. I'm going to go through an A, and then to step up, I'm going to go through the next A. So essentially, I'm going through the top 2 A's of the point. Alright, so now, as you can see, we've got rows of 2. Okay, so we're going to pick up, we can't finish it until, or we'll know we're there when we get rows of 3. So I've got to pick up 2 A's, go through the A, and then pick up a B and go through a B. And we're going to work this whole round here, picking up your beads. And remember, when you get all the way around back to this side, remember to step up. So I've gone all the way around, and I did the step up here at the top or the end point, and now I'm ready to do the last row, because as I told you, you have to have rows of 3, and right now we have a row of 3, a row of 2, a row of 3, a row of 2. So to do this last row, we're going to do everything exactly the same, except for in the corners we're only going to pick up 1A instead of 2. Excuse me. So I'm going to pick up my 1A and go through the A. I'm just going to continue picking up a B and going through the B, sticking up. And I'm going to do this all the way around. Just picking up 1 B and going through the next B, sticking up. And remember, when I get to this corner, you only want to put on 1A instead of 2. Another thing, you can see how my piece is completely flat. This is how you want it. When you're working on this last row, if you pull it too tightly, what happens is you can see it bows up a little bit, and that's not what you want. You want this piece to stay completely flat. So what I do is I kind of keep my fingers at the beads that I'm pulling at, and I just have it to where I've got the tension kind of holding it, and I'm just barely pulling it to where the beads will pop into place. Because again, you want to keep it flat. If you make it to where it bows up, you're going to have a really, really hard time, and it's not going to look good. So just continue going around, adding this last row for this first side. So I've gone all the way around, and I've made sure to step up here at the end. The only thing that I did not do is I did not go through the last little point bead here. And I have good reason for that. Because what we're going to do now is you're going to skip the point bead, and you're going to go through the 5 beads here to the left. So the 5 color A's that are to the left. Okay, so you're going through all 5 of those, and go ahead and pull this thread on through. Now remember when I told you, I said the first end wasn't, didn't look, this end was not connected like this end. Well, this is why, because we're going to take our needle and go up through the bead here to the right, and that's what's going to pull those together. Now I'm starting the second side of this piece, so I'm picking up 2 A's, and I'm going to go right down through the A to the left. So originally, again, to recap, I was coming out of the A here to the left. I come up through the A to the right. Now I'm going right back down to the B to the left. Or sorry, A to the left, sorry. So that now this is what my piece looks like. Pick up a B and go through the next B sticking up. And we're going to do this down this one side, picking up an A, picking up a B and going through the B that's sticking up. And you just have to be careful because just like mine's doing, the thread can get caught and drive you a little crazy there. Now once you get down to this corner, it's very, very easy. We're just going to pick up a B and go through the A. Then we want 2B. Oh, Lord help me. 2A and go through the A, the one right next to it. So we're working back up towards the other side so that this side now looks just like this one. So I'm going to pick up a B and I'm going to go through the B sticking up. And I'm going to work up this side, popping in those B beads. So now that I am back to where I started, I'm going to pick up a B and I'm going to go through the last A on my row, which is going to be that lower one. And then to step up, I'm going to go through the first A of this row. So I'm going through the 2 A's right next to where my thread is. Now it's just a matter of working your rows. You're going to pick up 2 A's. Go down through an A, and then pick up a B and go through the B. Pick up a B, go through the B, and you're going to work down this down and around until you get back up to this area here. I've gone all the way around and I'm back here to the top, and I'm fixing to put in the last B bead. So I picked up my B. I'm going to skip the A and go through the next A. This is the A that's sticking up. So it's going to be the one right here. But remember, we have to step up, so we're going through the top 2 A's here in that one. And pull. So now we have to work 2 more rows. And as you can see, this piece is starting to curl around exactly like it needs to be. So you'll just continue to do 2 more rows for this oval. I've gone all the way around and I am now ready to zip the piece up. So I kind of turn it this direction so that it's easy for me to see what I'm doing. At this point, my thread is coming out of the A here on the left-hand side. I'm going to come through the point A on the right-hand side. Then through the A on the left-hand side. And make sure that that thread doesn't get caught there. Now it's basically just a zigzag motion. You're going to go through the B on the left and the B on the right. And you can do this one at a time, or you can do it like I'm doing it. So see, now I would go through this bead, then this one. Okay, so on the left and then on the right. The left, the right, left, right, right, left, right, left. God bless me, Lord Jesus. Y'all, I've been doing it too long today. I'm calling left, right, and right, left. And I know some of y'all are sitting there going, God, that poor girl's confused. Yes, I am confused today. But you're just going to continue to connect until you have all the beads connected around the piece. So you're just going through each bead here along your edges so that you can't tell where you started and where you ended on the stitching. So I've gone all the way around connecting the piece so that you can't tell where I started and where I stopped. Now, if you have very light tension, probably what's going to happen is your piece is going to look more like this. You can open it up a little bit, and they actually hold their shape fairly well. So then it's just a matter of stitching through your beads and getting rid of your thread. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make the pointed oval. Be sure and come back next week when we're going to add a few more designs to this piece, and then we'll be ready to see the finished product. We do have 4 color kits available for this project on our website, which is off the beadedpathbeadstore.com, as well as the written pattern for this particular shape. Now, we do have all the other shapes and the pattern on there as well. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.